When a young family in South Africa chose to welcome Rousa into their home, everything appeared to be going smoothly. The family consisted of two children in their late teens and two parents approaching retirement. All four shared a love for dogs, often reminiscing about their previous pet dog when the children were younger. The parents proposed that if the children desired another dog, they would collectively train it as a family. This presented a learning opportunity for the kids, allowing them to assess the responsibility of caring for and raising a pet in their future adult lives. The parents aimed to instill in their children the significant yet fulfilling commitment of caring for another living being. The children enthusiastically agreed, leading the family to a unanimous decision. Subsequently, they explored various shelters to find the most suitable match. They hoped to quickly find a dog of the right size and temperament. However, the search proved challenging, and they struggled to find the perfect match until they met Rousa. She was a calm, young puppy with big, beautiful eyes. The children were immediately smitten and stopped to interact with her at the shelter. Seeing Rousa licking their kids' fingers, the parents knew she was the perfect addition to their family. The adoption process went smoothly, and soon they brought their new, lovely dog home. Rousa adapted well to her new environment and was raised to be quiet and obedient. She sailed through her puppyhood without any major issues, being both well-trained and deeply loved. She never displayed any signs of aggression and thoroughly enjoyed learning tricks. Thanks to early training, she learned not to bark. As she matured and became more trustworthy, she became a beloved figure in the neighborhood. People of all ages would smile warmly when they saw her during her walks. Everyone wanted to pet or treat her, to the point where the parents had to monitor Rousa's food intake to ensure she wasn't surviving solely on treats. Time marched on, and eventually, Rousa's household dwindled to just her and the parents. Both children had grown and ventured off for higher education elsewhere in South Africa, making Rousa the cherished centerpiece of the home. Adjusting to her new role didn't take long for Rousa, and she relished every moment of it. She became the star of the show, both at home and during her walks outside. The parents were amazed by her consistent good behavior, even after such a significant change as the departure of two family members. Impressed by her demeanor, they decided to train Rousa to walk off-leash. This training became the parents' focus as they kept themselves occupied to cope with the absence of their children. Rousa, thrilled with the extra attention and privileges, diligently followed their lead. Within a year, Rousa had become a pro at walking off-leash. She demonstrated her understanding by staying away from the road, remaining close to her humans, and refraining from approaching other animals without permission. Despite her remarkable responsibility and competence, the parents had to remind themselves that she was ultimately just a dog, albeit an impressively obedient one. Throughout the training process, the entire neighborhood pitched in to assist. Neighbors learned when to interact with Rousa and when to allow her to focus on her training. By the end of the year, she had become practically the neighborhood's unofficial pet. However, life is not always smooth sailing, and one summer, Rousa began displaying unusual behavior. She became slower, gained weight, and seemed unusually lethargic, much to her parents' concern. They were puzzled by her sudden transformation and immediately began brainstorming to identify any recent changes or stresses that might have affected Rousa. They pondered this puzzling change but couldn't pinpoint any triggering incident. It seemed unlikely that Rousa would undergo such a drastic personality shift overnight without cause. Their once enjoyable walks now became tense affairs as Rousa began resisting them. She would often sit on the ground and refuse to move, a behavior she had never exhibited before, not even as a puppy. The parents were understandably distressed by these changes. Rousa's disinterest extended to interactions with neighbors and their pets, prompting the whole neighborhood to take notice. Concerned for her well-being, everyone agreed to keep a watchful eye on her, which proved crucial. One morning, as part of their routine, the parents let Rousa out for a quick bathroom break. Typically, Rousa would stay close to home, but on this occasion, she unexpectedly bolted off, causing great distress to her parents. Fortunately, the neighborhood watch was vigilant. A neighbor a few streets away spotted Rousa outside her house, standing by a sidewalk drain. Rushing to the scene, the parents were shocked by Rousa's appearance. She seemed weak, exhausted, and frantic. It was evident that something had happened, but what? Was she sick or had she been attacked? The mystery left everyone deeply concerned. The parents faced a pressing need to uncover the truth. Despite their attempts to coax Rousa away from the drain, she adamantly refused to move, even growling and barking at them for the first time ever. This unexpected behavior prompted the parents to pause, reassess the situation, and devise a new plan to assist Rousa. It was evident that something was seriously amiss, as Rousa wouldn't have acted this way without a compelling reason. Despite their efforts to peer into the drain to discern what had captured Rousa's attention, visibility remained obscured. Recognizing the need for professional assistance, a neighbor called for a rescue team, who promptly arrived on the scene. After consulting with the parents, the team concluded that lifting the manhole cover was the best course of action to investigate the issue further and provide appropriate aid to Rousa. As one rescuer lifted the cover, another, along with the parents, held on to Rousa, who struggled fiercely as if attempting to dive into the hole. With everyone peering inside, they were stunned by what they discovered. Rousa had given birth to a litter of puppies right there in the drain. The revelation left her owners bewildered, as they had been entirely unaware of her pregnancy. It became apparent that Rousa must have encountered a male dog during one of her unsupervised outings from the house. Finally, there was a logical explanation for Rousa's unusual behavior. Her fatigue stemmed from the strain of carrying a litter of puppies, and that morning she must have experienced the first pains of labor, prompting her to flee in fear. Fortunately, the delivery had gone smoothly, but the newborns had slipped into the drain during the process, explaining Rousa's refusal to leave the spot. With the help of the rescuers, the puppies were safely retrieved and reunited with their mother, who visibly relaxed and joyfully introduced them to her humans. Filled with wonder, the parents brought Rousa and her puppies home, marveling at the unexpected expansion of their family. While they had been missing their own children, they now had a whole new family to care for and cherish.